Hey guys, Lewis here from AusPac Solar. Now, recently we did a rather large off-grid system located 20 k's north of Augathella. If you're wondering where that is, it's about an hour and a half drive from Charleville. We'd love to take you on a little tour as to what we did, so stay tuned and let's go meet Trent. He's the owner of the farm. What you're seeing here is 30 kilowatts of 440 watt solar panels. We were limited by roof space, but what we've actually used is the latest bifacial technology. So those panels actually generate on both sides, giving around an extra 10 to 15% daily yield. What that ensures is that even in overcast days, these panels are able to give as much production as possible. This area has had quite a bit of rainfall recently, but what we saw on those days is still a good amount of production considering the amount of rain. In the sunny days though, they're able to charge 88 kilowatt hours of batteries plus run all the loads in about 2.5 hours. So that's a little bit to do with the solar generation component of this install. But let's go have a look at the inverter and battery setup and see what we were able to do for Trent and his farm. Alright, so I know what you're thinking. It's pretty impressive, but you're probably also thinking, how does all of this work? So what we've got here is our inverters. 4 inverters. Now these inverters work together exactly the same, so they're parallel, but we're able to double our capacity. So instead of a singular 7.5 kilowatt single phase inverter, we're able to go up to 15 kilowatts. What we had to do with this job is they essentially had 2 loads. They were running their pumps on one load, which was contributing to about 60 to 70% of their bill. And then they have their house, the homestead where people are staying, and that was contributing to 30 to 40%. So what we did is we split the house and the pumps. Now, down here, these inverters, they talk with the batteries. Now, Trent has installed almost 90 kilowatt hours. It's very compact, doesn't take up much space, and it has a depth of discharge of 90%. So it's about 73 kilowatt hours of usable storage. What we find is that with this capacity, even if there's no sun, these batteries have an output capacity that can cater for the surge. The 2 pumps that they run, a submersible bore pump and also a pressure pump to run water around the property for about 2,000 to 2,500 head of cattle, has a surge rating combined of about 23 kilowatts. So with these batteries, they're able to cater for that. And if the sun is up and they want to turn on the pumps, the combined capacity is more than enough. On the house side, we've got a similar setup because at night time they're running air cons. It's extremely hot, it's hot right now, but we're able to, with that combined capacity, have that battery storage which gives them power to about 10, 11 o'clock at night when they've got about 9 or 10 people on the property using air conditioning. One of the limitations that we had with the current electrical infrastructure in place is we're working off a swirl line and single phase power. It's very costly to get 3-phase power out to a lot of premises, and we know that a lot of farms work off single phase power. On the Ergon network, a max amount of inverter capacity that you can put is 10 kilowatts. However, as you can see here, we need to use 30 kilowatts to essentially run the loads, run the pumps, surge, all that sort of stuff. So what we've been able to do is set this up as an off-grid system with an automatic transfer to the grid if the batteries deplete. Now, once the solar starts working again, so the sun comes out, starts charging the batteries, they get to a certain point, it'll flick over back onto using the solar system, and you'll not use the grid. One other thing that we're able to do with this system is if the customer or if you would like to add a generator, these inverters have a dry contact connection for your generator. So we're actually able to wire them in. So say you had a fixed generator, we can wire that in and we can program it to essentially turn on the generator automatically. We can run it at full load to charge our batteries, and then the generator can switch off or be told to switch off, and we go back to our solar and battery setup. That ensures that we use minimal diesel because we're running the generator at full load, and the property doesn't lose grid. That's if you're looking to go completely off grid with no dependence on the energy network available. So here with the owner of this system and also this cattle farm, Trent. Trent, what you tell us a bit about the property here? And
we're about 20 k's north of Augathella. We run a breeding and fattening enterprise here. We've had issues with the power here. The storm season, the power can be out for up to 36 hours at a time pretty easily. The other reason is that our power bill is horrendous. We run a couple of pumps that service the cattle, and our highest bill was $7,000 for a quarter. That was probably the main reason why we went to the solar setup that we've got.
What have you sort of seen in the time you've been running it, bill reduction wise?
I complained to Ergon about the $7,000 power bill. They put us on to quarterly bills. I think the last quarterly bill before the solar was put in was between $1,000 and $1,100. The next part bill was $380, and the last one I've had was $192. It'll be higher again this month because we've been out here this week branding, and there's been 6 people in these dongers instead of 2, so the air conditioners have been running flat out in the hot weather, but it should still be a lot less than what it was.
Yeah, excellent. Well, that's really good to hear. Thanks for being such a great customer as well, Trent. Great to see that, overall we're getting some really good results for you. So there you go. Thanks for coming on a little tour of Trent's farm here in just north of Augathella. Been good to sort of see the challenges that they're facing out here with their electrical supply, and also the different solutions available and the cost savings that he's getting. If you're a farmer, you're in a similar situation, you're on a swirl line, you're getting voltage issues, or just dealing with the cost of increasing electricity, give AusPac Solar a call today, and we'll definitely be able to help you out with a couple of farming solutions to take your farm off grid.